Hello, welcome back to my Star Trek Online playthrough. Okay, this time I'm going to make this one a bit shorter because the last video took a long time and I'm still experimenting. Though someone I know actually recommend that I should actually upload it through live streaming. That's something I might consider doing later, though. Well, pre-filming this has the advantage of me editing it if I wanted to, so... Anyhow, I guess it's time to go on to our next story mission. Diplomatic orders. Okay.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
Alright. Basically, we just go to the planet Vulcan, which is still around in this timeline, thankfully. And, okay, let's take a look at the Vulcan and Pajem, and actually they're pretty close to each other. And, you know, if Pajem sounds familiar, there was actually an episode of Enterprise where back then was a site of a monastery. However, when Archer and his crew came over, they encountered the Andorian military, and they took over it because they believed it was a site of a Vulcan listening post. Because during that time, the Vulcans and Andorians, they sort of have some sort of Cold War going on. Anyhow, and of course, spoiler alert, turns out there actually was a military listening site there. So the Andorians were right. You know what, in a lot of these games, you should probably maybe binge watch past episodes of Star Trek. Because they really tried to cram lots of lore and references to past series. In fact, in future missions, they tried to fill in plot holes left from the past series. Though I got to say a spoiler on here, all those plot holes from the past series are either somehow linked to the Iconians or the Temporal Cold War. But we're getting ahead of myself, so... Anyhow, let's head into orbit to Vulcan. Enter Vulcan system. Okay. Captain, we have arrived at the Vulcan system. I took the liberty of contacting the Ambassador aide when we arrive. The Pella say that the Ambassador has certain arrangement that he prefers when traveling. She would like to go over them with you. Would you like to put her on the main view screen? Okay, on screen.
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the Ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Soketh is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the Ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it.
You know what, she's right, Soketh is supposed to be a Vulcan and embrace logic, but this sort of technophobia on that level kind of seems, well, illogical. Okay, well, let's continue.
I believe that Sokath would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Okay, so guess time to board the shuttle. We are ready to land on Vulcan, sir. When you are ready to make the final approach, let me know. Okay? Oh, as you tell, I kind of did like a few tweaks on my uniform because apparently in the 25th century, captains of light sources distinguish themselves, which is kind of odd. Like if the captain's going down in the front line of the battlefield, like wouldn't it be make it obvious for the enemy to say that that's the most important person to shoot him? Anyhow. Then again, a tall cat lady does kind of stand out on a crew of humanoids, so now let's land subtle.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, this is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Isn't like enjoyment like an emotion or something? Okay, Captain, the ambassador and his aide are waiting for us at the temple atop the rise. We can speak to them there and find out if ambassador needs anything else from us before we part to Pajem. Okay? For anyone who ever seen the TOS episode A Mock in Time, you can definitely recognize this. It's a reasonably good recreation of the set there. Also, if you know, like you see all these like lots of like cauldrons of fire going on, like actually it's kind of it's like symbolic because the term Vulcan was actually based on the Roman god of fire. So, I'm not sure if these like fire cauldrons are intentional or not, but if it is, it's a pretty good nod to it. So let's talk to Ambassador Sokath.
Welcome to Vulcan.
Okay, his voice kind of makes him sound evil, like there's going to be like kind of plot twist in there, then they're really not hiding it.
Do you have any questions?
Tell me about Pajem.
Pajem is a small world near Andoria. It is sacred to our people. There have been Vulcans on Pajem for centuries. In 2152, the ancient buildings that housed our monastery were destroyed by the Andorians.
I'm going to give you basically a sum up of that episode of Enterprise I was talking about earlier.
It was a failing in our logic that led to conflict with the Andorians. We have corrected our error. After the Federation was founded, a group of Andorians, Vulcans, and humans rebuilt the monastery as a symbol of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. Since then, a group of monks has lived there. They study the ideals of Sirach.
Okay, back.
Do you have any questions?
Okay. What business do you have at Pajem?
My business is my own. If you must know more, I require a meeting with the Abbot. He will not use subspace communications, so if I am to receive his counsel, I need to meet with him directly.
Okay, the way he's talking doesn't sound that logical.
Do you have any questions?
Are you ready to leave?
This is ridiculous! Access to Pajem is strictly limited to preserve the sanctity of the monastery. No outsiders are permitted to land without the expressed permission of Savin, the leader of the Order of the Priest that maintains the planet. Ordinarily, this would not present any difficulty. But Savin has chosen this moment to illogically question my visiting the monastery. He is refusing to grant leave for me to meet with the Abbot at Pajem.
Okay, for someone who's supposed to be in control of his emotions, you kind of sound angry. Can the trip wait until Savin changes his mind?
If I do not complete my journey to Pajem now, I will have to delay it until after the trade conference at Corridon is complete. And that could take weeks.
I don't know why Savin won't grant you permission.
I fear I have spent too much time off-world. While I find it easy to deal with others, my own people can be stubborn. Perhaps you could speak to Savin. I know he has a great deal of respect for Starfleet, and you might have an easier time than I have.
Okay, so big question Savin about why he won't allow Sokath to visit Pajem. Okay, I'll speak to Savin then. Speak to the High Priest Savin.
Peace and long life.
Live long and prosper.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Sokath say you won't permit him to visit Pajem.
Sarketh accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to Pajem.
No complaint here.
The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at Pajem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. Pajem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge.
Seems very logical.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Why do Vulcans restrict access to Pajem?
Many years ago, Pajem was used for political purposes. Technology used to spy on the Andorians was hidden beneath the sacred sanctuary. It should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought. When the monastery was rebuilt, we pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Only those who seek peace may enter.
Okay.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
The Vulcan people have a monastery?
Even a people who reject emotion require peace and contemplation. We are a spiritual people. Our rituals guide us throughout our lives. Vulcans who choose a life of study and isolation, as the monks at Pajem have done, help us maintain our connection with our ancestors. The monk's study of Sirach's words in the Kirshara give us all a greater understanding of who we are and who we should strive to be. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me about Sirach.
Centuries ago, the Vulcans were creatures of emotion. We fought one another in a series of wars that devastated our planet. Our species was on the brink of annihilation. Sirach taught us to embrace peace and to put aside our emotions in favor of logic. Sirach ushered in a time of awakening on Vulcan. His writings, the Kirshara, shaped all that we are. Without Sirach, the Vulcans you know would not exist.
Okay. A little bit of Star Trek lore history.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Don't you trust Ambassador Sokath?
I neither trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard trouble me.
Hey, the way the guy talks genuinely troubles people, like...
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about what you heard.
Sokath has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seems ill at ease in what was once his home. Tapella admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. Tapella says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of Pajem will restore him. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Whether the abbot agrees to speak to Sokath via subspace.
The monks do not use any unnecessary technology. Even replicators are not permitted on Pajem. There is a communications array available to the monks for emergencies. Sokath's request does not qualify. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Is there any way I can persuade you to allow Sokath to visit Pajem?
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Sokath says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Continue. Okay, now we speak to Mr. Now we're going to talk to Mr. Creepy Voice again.
Do you have any questions?
I've spoken to someone. Why doesn't he trust you?
How should I know? He is a small man with small concerns. Thankfully, he has listened to reason, and our journey won't be delayed any longer. I am ready to leave now. Is the shuttle prepared for departure?
Let's go. I'm leaving with the... I'm leaving with the captain to board the shuttle. Peace and long life. Yes, Ambassador. Have a safe journey. Live long and prosper. Lead on, Captain. My business here has concluded. Yeah, that's what they just said. Like, they have voice actors, but why didn't they do? Why didn't they voice actor like that little exchange? Well, maybe something they'll do in a future update, because like a lot of this like older missions have been revamped so many times. And truth be told, like, just putting in like a few lines of voice acting wouldn't be that hard. Okay, so aboard the shuttle.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to Ambassador McCreepy Voice.
I need to meditate and prepare for my meeting with the abbot at Pajem. If you have no objections, I will retire to my quarters. Please notify me when we have arrived at our destination. Once again, you have my gratitude for your assistance.
Continue. Okay, so return to bridge. Ambassador Sokath retired to his quarters. Captain, we can leave the system whenever you like. Okay, so depart system.
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow you to buy and sell items. Press I to open your inventory.
Okay. That's a good tip, so replicator. Can buy a bunch of stuff. Okay, now let's go to the gym, which is only like a few light years away. Continue diplomatic orders. Sir, I'm picking up unusual energy readings in the system. We should scan the system before we take the ambassador to service. Agreed. Sensors on maximum. Cleaning ships to cloaking, sir. Captain, we are being hailed by the Klingons. Putting on screen now.
You have a foul shape changer aboard your ship. Turn the creature over to us, or we will destroy you!
Okay, they got to the point, okay. Shape changer, what do you mean?
That foul beast on your ship is an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us, but we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of those honorless dogs dies screaming.
Okay, back.
My patience is limited. Speak quickly.
Okay. So tell me about the Undine.
The Undine come from a dimension known as fluidic space. They use quantum singularities to move into ours. Undine are telepathic and physically superior to humans. They see anyone from our dimension as an inferior life form, even Klingons. Soon they will know how wrong they are.
Continue.
Undine have the technology to be a real threat to anyone, even the Borg. But the worst of their weapons is their ability to take our forms. The Undine have inserted themselves into every major power in the quadrant and seek to control us through trickery and misdirection. You must be vigilant.
Okay, I'm just going to say right now, the Undine are basically the proper term for species 8472 that was featured in the two-part Star Trek episode called Scorpion, where the Borg were facing them, but they're actually too much powerful that, well, to them, resistance isn't futile. Like they are completely immune to assimilation, and their small ships can actually blow up entire Borg cubes. Basically, like they are a threat to. They are a force to be reckoned with. However, in a later episode of Voyager, they discovered that that 8472 or the Undine were actually building like sort of like simulations of Earth as to practice infiltration, and found out they have the ability to change shape. So pretty much they're kind of like repeating the same thing they did in Deep Space Nine. But yeah. Anyhow, but for some reason, like, Janeway was able to reason with the Undine back then, but for whatever reason now, they're putting the plans of infiltrating the Alpha Quadrant back into motion. But that was seemed like, let's find out more, so...
My patience is limited. Speak quickly.
Why are the Undine here?
You tell me, Starfleet. It was your people who first encountered the Undine in the Delta Quadrant back when we knew them as Species 8472. Many among my people want to know just what you did to make them hate us so.
I bet you just summed up what I just said. Okay.
My patience is limited. Speak quickly.
Do you have any proof of these accusations?
Do you doubt my word? Insult my honor? I have killed men for less. I have nothing to prove to the likes of you. Turn that so-called ambassador over to me now, or face the consequences.
He shows up and red alert. So basically, the Klingons just believe that Ambassador Sokovov is actually an Undine spy. If you do not turn over the shapeshifter, then he must destroy you. Sir, sensors are showing multiple Klingon life signs on the surface. The monks may be in danger. I recommend that we send an away team down immediately. Alert the ambassador to meet the away team at the transport room. Captain, the surgery on the ground may be too dangerous for the ambassador to be on the surface. I recommend that he remains in his quarters until it's safe. Okay, so beam down to the monastery. Away team is ready, Captain. Transport at your command. Okay, so beam down. And X. Okay. Captain, we need to secure the area and then make our way towards the monastery, which is located at the top of the hill. Okay, so continue. I'm reading multiple Klingons patrolled between us and the main building, sir. Recommend we proceed with caution. Defeat Klingon patrols blocking your path to monastery. Stay alert. We need to find the monks. Okay. What? This environment looks pretty nice. Like, familiar, but still a little bit alien. Okay, one Klingon is not that impressive, okay? Oh, another one? Oh, good Klingon god. Well, you can actually use food to restore health, and I guess some more rare food can give you a buff, but well, people mostly use that for food for triple breeding. Yeah. Okay, some of that stuff here. Found one of the monks. Fire in your hole. Okay, now let's continue on. Shoot some more Klingons. Okay, that's a more impressive group of Klingons. It is fortunate you have arrived. The Klingons seek an Undine Emperor and are surrounding the monster as search. I'll tend to the wounded. You should go uphill and talk to the abbot. Alright. More food and a common weapon. Phaser Mark II, like. I guess my let's see. I'll give this word then. Where did they beam down from? Like, okay, incoming message. Sir, receive an alert from Falcon. The Pale say that she must speak to you immediately. I'll patch her through the tricorder. Continue.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter.
Well, if it wasn't for like everything else, I would be surprised. Like, but yeah, look, for the first time the guy speaks, you can tell that he's evil. Anyhow, but
you need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
Okay, so continue. Captain, the security team has reached Ambassador Soketh's quarter, but he's gone. They're searching the ship, but, sir, unauthorized use of transport detected. The Vulcan government is requesting that the imposter be detained and returned to Vulcan for questioning. Sir, whomever used the transport erased the logs. But I have a feeling that the imposter is on the planet's surface. I recommend we locate him immediately. Okay, so we locate, we'll find him. Oh, he's just right there.
Such emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
Whoa. Take that. Okay, so he just changed into a Klingon.
Bothersome creatures! Why should I trouble myself with such insignificant beings, when the Klingons will do my work for me? Warriors! Prepare for battle!
Yes,
There is a
sir.
group of Starfleet officers behind me! One of them is the foul shapeshifter! I'm returning to the ship! Don't let them leave this planet alive!
Kapla.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have to catch him now and go through a lot of Klingons. Man, that was too easy. And it's almost like suicide. Well, I guess the only acceptable form of Klingon suicide would be like fighting an impossibly hard battle. Well, yeah. Alright, so... That looked like a much bigger force there. Okay, so let's scan area. Captain, it appears that the Undine has eluded us. However, I'm picking up a residual trace of transporter activity in Infinity. I believe the Undine may beam in a hidden ship in orbit. If he has a hidden ship, we'll find it. Recommend return to the links and search for the Undine ship. We need to find the Undine and take it back to Starfleet. Okay, so beam us up. Captain, there's an Undine ship on intercept course. Sir, the Lynx doesn't have the armaments to handle an Undine attack. Starfleet reports that they are sending ships to assist us, but they are about 60 seconds out. We have to hold out until the reinforcements get here, Captain. If we are to target the torpedoes, we might have a chance. So continue. Okay, so we're going to face something that can blow up Borg cubes in a little Miranda ship. Huh. This will be fun. That took a turn on my shield. reinforcements are almost here. Albany has arrived. So, scan debris. Downloading that now, Captain. Incoming message from the USS Kirk, Captain. Incoming.
This is Captain Thielen of the USS Kirk. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps someday you will return the favor. Thielen out.
Continue. We recovered the final data transmission from the Undine vessel, as well as samples of organic material that was used to create the ship. We need to get all of this back to Starfleet intelligence. They may be able to decrypt the message and tell us more. Okay, so actually that's interesting that we can able to recover data, because the Undine technology is kind of different in the sense that pretty much older ships and their computer systems are, well, basically living creatures. Like, I wonder if it's like if the programming between in our computer systems and theirs are even compatible. Then again, I think in Voyager they referenced that the bio-neural gel pack system is based off how the body transmits electrical data from the brain. So maybe there are some like similarities between technology. But now let's depart system. Okay, so time to hail Starfleet.
The ambassador was an Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Well, so far, yeah, like the whole thing about spies among us is kind of scary. But if they sound evil right off the get-go, like, then are they really good spies to begin with? Anyhow, you get, and they're gonna give you these awards and like some dilithium ore. So, continue.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Just earned your first skill points. Click here to learn more.
Ooh. Skill. Well, I'm going to show you about skill points now.
Skills will increase your effectiveness in both
This
space
mission
combat
briefing
and ground
is-
combat.
Ooh.
For each skill purchased, you will earn progress in unlocked paths. Space skills have 3 paths corresponding to the engineering, science, or tactical categories, while ground skills have only a single unlocked path. For each skill, unlocks sometimes offer choices upon reaching certain milestones. They are also the primary means of learning to train your bridge officers in new abilities. You may select any unlock node to see what benefits it provides. Powerful abilities can be earned by spending 25 or more of your space points in a single category of skills. You will not be able to earn enough space or ground points to purchase everything available to you. You may change your skills by clicking the Retrain Skills button. Gold subscribers earn free respect tokens every rank, and additional respect tokens can be purchased via the C-Store.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, basically like this is the skill tree. You can get point for space and point for ground, which enhance your ability. Like, this is the way to actually customize your captain, like in regards to abilities. Like, point out, regardless of your career path, you can have access to like all 3 different skill trees, but you cannot access every skill. And basically, some of like, if you go to the engineer, it points in like engineer. More of their skill, like trades, help with defense as well as ship's power level. Well, the science skill tree put points in there. You help with healing and more specialized damage, while tactical basically specializes in weapons damage and in some cases threat control. Well, let's put our first point here in energy weapons training. Okay. Well, I think like for now we'll call it a night, and hopefully like a much shorter video would, and a smaller file size would make a quicker upload on YouTube. Well, I guess I'll see you next time at the vlog at Prosper.